This week it's just actually another commission to the one I was showing you last week. So we've got two on the go right now. And this one is actually from the Walking Dead series, if you've seen it, in particular series 3. I've been asked to make prison cell basically that featured in series 3. And you can see the pictures, it's going to be quite grotty, it's got some good details in. And so yeah, I've set about kind of designing it and making sure that, you know, it's got all the aspects that it needs to, and from the drawings you can see how I'm hoping it's going to look. So this is kind of like where, you know, the structure is at the moment. I've already started and got underway, and inside, you know, there's, you know, the 3 walls, and I had to think about the, you know, being able to remove those so that I could work on them, but also, you know, keep the structure intact. So there'll be casing on the outside, a bit of acrylic at the front so that you can look into the prison cell. On the top there is going to be a light, just you know, like some wires that go through to a light, so that obviously, you know, you can see inside. But you know, overall I think that this is going to be quite an interesting little build, and one that hopefully should make quite a nice little scenario, I suppose, a little bit of what I've been asked to do. It's going to have to travel to Australia. That's the kind of exciting part about it. So I've sent things to Australia before, so that's not an issue, but I just know it takes a long time to get there. There's going to be a battery at the back with the switch here so that you can turn it on and off. That'll be hidden through, and then, you know, attach to the light from the top, and then the ceiling will go on, and yeah, it will, you know, be quite simple how it all fits together. There's a back panel as well at the moment, which I've just kind of cut out and things, but that'll, you know, work to strengthen that, the back there. But yeah, I'll have the switch, and yeah, it should all look quite decent, I think. So I've got the parts here, which I'm going to actually weather up in this video, show you how I do that. I've done the concrete effect before with pop-ins, but this time I've printed out like some particular colours I think will match the sort of base coat for the prison cell. So I've laid them out and getting ready to start weathering up the concrete. Now I'm going to use a sponge to do this. That's how I do it, and I used all different kinds of paint on the palette, and I've, you know, dab it on, and yeah, it looks pretty good from that. Bring out that concrete effect. The reason I don't use a brush is because it's too kind of specific the way the brush bristles move and things, so you kind of get like, it's kind of obvious that you've just like brushed it on. Even if you dab it, it doesn't quite give the same effect, so the sponge is particularly useful. So I'm going in with a light grey to begin with, to sort of get that colour on. Obviously there's like a green, kind of limey green back colour to that, those walls, but that'll be faded out as we dab it on. So yeah, it's then just a simple process of dabbing on the different colours, building up the effect. Obviously, like, to begin with, you don't need to cover the whole wall, you know, like on all the colours, the back, the base colour. You can, you know, sparingly kind of dab it around, because if you look at concrete, it doesn't actually have a consistent colour to it. There are different variations and different tones, so by doing this, that's what you're trying to get effectively, is a sort of uneven colour set where, you know, it's coloured in different ways. It's just a very sort of therapeutic thing to do, actually, this, because, you know, you can see that I'm not going mad with the sponge, and I'm just dabbing it on, and, you know, just getting enough on there to to kind of get the effect across. You do find though sometimes that you haven't got enough on there, or it dries up too quickly, so I tend to like press down on the paint and pick it up, and even press it onto the wall that I'm working with. And you even get sometimes a bits of the sponge kind of break off and stick to the paint as well, which actually adds kind of an extra texture to it. So you know, you get small wins even when you might think you're failing, but it's all part of it. So yeah, just have a little look, make sure you're sort of happy with how it's going. But I can already see that's lightening up, and that concrete effect is kind of starting to appear, but you've got plenty more colours to go yet. So I think I used, was it 5 or 6 colours in the process of doing this, which meant that you kind of get 5 or 6 layers of different colours on the go. But sometimes it's good to like rub the sponge in as well, just to get some sort of like you know, almost kind of use it like a brush, I suppose. But I like mix some white in. White seems to be the colour that everything revolves around with this one. I tend to find that. So obviously there can be a point where I'll literally just put white on the wall and dab that on, and it gives that kind of like a chalk sort of look to the concrete, I suppose, which is quite cool. So like here I'm going to go a little bit more berserk with it, but you know, slowly you get the effect come through. So yeah, we'll have a little speed up, you know, a little time lapse of me doing this, and then we'll have a look at the finished result, hopefully. So yeah, there we go. I've applied all my layers and things, and you can see like the before and after. So it does look quite different once I've finished with the weathering, but hopefully you can see how that concrete effect comes through. You can see I put some darker tones in there as well, just to kind of bring out that sort of speckled darker grey that you get in different concretes and things. And that green, like, it's retoned that down as well. It's just sticky label paper that I kind of printed out and wrapped around it, but when you do put all these colours onto it, it really does sort of, you know, bring it to life. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed watching how I did this concrete effect, and I've done all the walls now, so you know, it's all in good, it's all ready to be finished and kind of worked on, but still got a lot to do.